Hey guys, this is John from US Dash Camera. Today I got a quick overview on the VicoVation Vico Power Plus. So this is similar to the Blackview PowerMagic Pro in the fact that it lets you connect a dash camera to your car battery and run it while your car's even off without damaging your car battery or the camera. So this does actually have a few features that the Blackview version doesn't, so it puts it a few leagues above the Blackview PowerMagic Pro actually. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. On the front you can see there's actually an LCD screen on the device with a few buttons. This makes it a lot easier to change the settings on it compared to similar devices. And just like the PowerMagic Pro and a lot of these other hardwiring kits, you do connect it to an ACC fuse, a battery fuse, and then a ground, which I'll talk about later. So in addition to having a voltage cutoff and the timer mode, you can actually have a temperature cutoff. There is surge protection and also a voltage offset setting. So what the voltage offset setting does is a lot of times these devices will have some resistance in the wires, and the voltage it reads might be different than what the battery actually is. So for example, while your car is running, the device might read a 13.7 voltage, but the battery, if you use a multimeter, might say it's actually 14 volts. So using the voltage offset, you would just add the difference, because what could happen is if it's set to cut off at 12 volts in parking mode, if the device is reading a couple volts higher than what the actual battery is, you want to make sure that there is an offset to make sure your car battery is not actually getting as low as 11.7 or 11.8, as opposed to what the device thinks the voltage might be, and it could think it's already or still 12.1 or higher. So that's another level of added protection that I really appreciate with this device. So here's just some warnings and precautions. I'm not going to go over the whole manual. I will cover basically the operation of how to use this. I'm not going to show the actual installation because it's very hard in my car. The fuse box is so low and out of the way that it's really hard to get any decent video of me doing this. But I'll try to explain the best as I can. Now to install it, you are going to need two ATA circuits. So you can buy this from Pure 28 or Amazon, or you can find them in a lot of stores like O'Reilly Auto Parts. But basically what this does is lets you take a fuse out of your fuse box, like the ACC fuse or say your LED interior lights, and then you stick that original fuse into the bottom fuse socket on the kit, and then a second fuse for the camera, or in this case the VicoVation. So this basically allows you to protect the original device or whatever in your car plus the device that's plugging in, and it has a cleaner installation. One thing to note is when you're choosing fuses, you need to make sure you're not using anything like the airbags or any sort of safety features, because if you do and you get into an accident, that could really screw up the safety features, and you don't want that to happen. So I use something like the ACC fuse or the radio fuse or some sort of interior lighting, which isn't a big deal if it goes out. But there you can see the yellow goes to the battery, the red goes to something like the ACC fuse, which is only on while the car's on, and then the black goes to a ground. So here we got the 12 volt socket that your dash camera will plug into, plus the actual device. Here you can see on the bottom you can actually shut the device on or off. So when it's off, the camera will only be powered while the car is on, but if it's activated, it will actually use the settings of the device. So let's go ahead and look at it installed in my car. Here you can see my car is running now, and it's running at about 13.7 volts idling, which is pretty low. You can see it's plugged in my glove box actually, and goes up to my Street Guardian SG9665 GC camera. So let's look at the controls of this. We got the back button, the next button, and the select button. So let's go ahead, and here you can see this is the temperature in my car currently. Now If I hit next, that's voltage. You can scroll through the settings: hour, temp, offset, and reboot, which is something I'll explain in a sec. So let's go to the voltage, select that, and currently it's at 12.0 volts. But let's change it to 12.2 and I'll show you how you actually save the settings. So once you set it to 12.2, you hit select again. But if you hit down again, you'll actually just keep changing it. So you hit select and then you have to hit back. Once you hit back, it saves that setting. So let's go back in, and there you can see it's saved at 12.2. So for hours, you can set it to 2 hours all the way up to 72 hours. Or you can actually, with the switch on the bottom right, just turn the timer off. Temperature, you can switch it to off, Celsius or Fahrenheit. So there's quite a wide range of temperatures. Some cameras have their own battery or temperature protection, so you can turn it off if that's the case and you just want to use the camera's own temperature cutoff. Here's that voltage cutoff I was talking about. Now I didn't use a multimeter to check if there is an offset on mine, so I just have it at 0 volts right now, but it is something you'd probably want to check out. Now with the reboot, if you have a VicoVation camera, you would probably want to leave this on, but I would confirm with VicoVation. Basically what that does is if it's activated, each time your car starts, it actually flashes the power off and on, and that could actually be bad for some cameras. But some of the VicoVation cameras apparently support that power off, power on flash to just reboot it. So if you're using any other brand though, make sure that's off. So here you can see I did shut my car off and I activated the Power Plus. So you can see the camera was still running. Now let's hit the switch. And you might not be able to make it out with the lights, but there you can see the blue light actually just went out. So it cut off because I deactivated the Power Plus. So this was sent to me for review by Pure28, so I'd like to thank them for sending this for review. I've tested a few different devices like this at this point. Besides this, I've used the Blackview PowerMagic Pro, the PowerMagic Pro Plus. I used the Cell Power hard-wiring kit, a couple from Spytek, and so far this one's definitely my favorite. All of the features are great. The fact that it has this LCD screen with buttons makes it so much easier to figure out, as opposed to something like the PowerMagic Pro where there's a bunch of little switches. You have to actually hit multiple switches in different settings to get the time you want, or this is a lot more straightforward, so I really like this. So if you're interested in purchasing this, of course I'll have a link down below to where you can buy this on Amazon or from Pure28. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, I'd appreciate if you hit the thumbs up and like button, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as usual, drive safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.